Hello, this is Julie Jarrah from New Frequency Healing. Wanted to share a story of a client that I spent the last few weeks of her life with, and then what happened afterwards. So I saw the client, and she was going through end of life. It was obvious she was very unwell. And I saw her a couple of times in my clinic and then in hospital and then in her home. So the third visit, I went to her home on her request. And at the end of the session, she said she felt the energy going from her feet up through her body, and it felt wonderful. So I had a little chat with her and let her know that I said, like, she is spirit. She's not just her body, she's spirit. And that as spirit, she's free. And then I went out and spoke to her friend who was helping her, who said to me that they didn't even know what energy healing was. They didn't know what reconnective healing was or anything else. But the girl had found me and really wanted to have this healing. And then the friend said a couple of things to me. They were refugees here in Australia, and she said just a couple of sentences about where they had come from and what had happened, and immediately it's like I knew what their situation was. I knew of the pain that she had and the suffering in the past that was many, many years ago, and of what she was holding, and it was too hard. So it's almost like I got that inner knowing of what she was going through. Um, and she asked for a fourth session. So, and she said, could you come back tomorrow and do it? So I went back the next day and did another session, came home, and then I had a thought that I would like to go to the whale watch station the next morning for my coffee and sit there, which is something I sometimes do. It's right near my home. It's a 5-minute drive. The next morning I woke up and I received a text message to let me know that my client had passed on. And I thought, well, I'll still go up to the whale watch station. That will be nice to sort of think about and regroup myself about what had happened. And I turned and she was standing right next to me, not physically, but it's like I sensed her, I felt her, and I heard her. And she was healthy. She was able to stand up and talk, as she was not able to do that the last, couple of weeks that I'd seen her. And she said, just very gently, yes, I'd like to go to the whale watch station. So then I wondered, whose idea was this anyhow? And I said, okay, well, I'll go. So it took me a little while to get ready, and I was concerned that it's like, okay, there's a spirit or an entity, an energy around me. Um, here am I stuffing around getting ready. And I turned to her and I did that several times. And every time I did, it was like she was in a space of timelessness. It did not matter at all to her how long I took, if it took an hour as it did, or a day, a week, a year. She said, it's fine. Whenever you're ready, we'll go. And I was just like, oh, okay. What an interesting realization for me. So as a practitioner, we have these realizations as well, of, yeah, that really is a place that she was in. So I got in my car, got a coffee, and went up to the whale watch station and walked onto the rocks right sort of to the edge near the water and looked out, and she appeared again. But this time it wasn't just her. She was there with family members. She was there with people from her village, people from her country who'd been through similar issues that she had been through. And it was just an inner knowing I had about all of this. And I took a sip of coffee and she said, yes, I'm ready to go now. And with that, it's like, getting those chills now. I felt that energy, like I felt energy leaving, and I felt there was probably hundreds of people, it felt like, leaving and departing. And so the healing was way more than just one person. It was I don't know what it was, and it doesn't matter. It was more that it was more than just one person, and I was able to help by being the catalyst in that. And she left. I have not sensed her energy around. It just feels like there was a completion, and there was a part of it that was what I had done that I was supposed to do. So I thought I'd share that. I hope that might help you to understand some of the understandings I get as a practitioner, as a healing practitioner. And the clients that come also go through amazing healings of their own, of what, well, it's like thinking about when she felt that energy in her body, like she had never had anything like that happen. And so maybe that helped her to understand that she was spirit and that she wasn't just her body. Something that's very important as we're passing, to really to know that, to really know that I am not my body. My body will stay here on planet Earth, but as a soul, as spirit, I'm free. Thank you for letting me